Are you looking for a way to make some extra cash? Watch this video for the best ideas to help you generate some side income and maybe even completely change your career. Need a super fast and easy way to make some extra money? Giving your opinion online is probably one of the easiest ways. Companies need consistent and honest feedback on their product or their company as a whole. They value these consumer focus groups and surveys so much that they're willing to pay people a good amount of money to participate in them. These focus groups and surveys are done both in person and online. Companies pay people up to $100 an hour to take surveys for their clients. Focusgroup.com will pay up to $150 for completing a lengthy online survey, while Swagbucks pays a lot less for simpler, quicker surveys. The only catch is that you'll have to fit a certain profile, so you can't complete just every and any great paying survey, or just join any focus group. But there is a great demand for your opinion out there, so you'll never have trouble finding one. While you might not be making a six-figure income out of giving your opinions, you can certainly increase your income while doing very easy extra work. Want to make a dent in your car payments? Check out Turo. Make money just through renting your car out when you don't need it. Peer-to-peer sharing is easily becoming a common concept in everyone's lives. Turo, earlier known as Relay Rides, is a car-sharing platform born out of San Francisco. Turo connects car owners with people needing a car and is looking to shake up the car rental industry. The consumer pays around 35% less than at an official car rental agency. It's actually a pretty cool app that lets you rent out cool cars that you've always wanted to test drive for a few days. You can rent everything from something like a Toyota Corolla to a Porsche 911. Oh wait, I'm actually supposed to be talking about renting out your car. Anyways, while Turo takes a 25% cut of the money you make renting out your car, they do a pretty good job covering damage done by other drivers. And of course, you get to pick and choose who to rent to and who not to with the peer review system. Now the money you make will vary by the type of car you rent out, how well you market it, and an array of other factors. Hey, I'm sure there are people out there who are getting their car payments taken care of by other people. People have been renting out rooms in their house for pretty much forever, but Airbnb completely changed the ballgame. You'd have to have been living under a rock to not hear of Airbnb. This platform that connects travelers with a host is an industry that's now competing with hotel chains around the world, and that's great news for you. Of course, there's the obvious snag of having strangers stay at your place, and it's definitely another way to meet interesting people traveling through your area. The peer review system on Airbnb will help screen the Patrick Batemans out of your place. Ever since the beginning of operations in 2008, Airbnb has grown into a titan in the hospitality industry, worth close to $20 billion by some estimates. According to the business website Smart Asset, Airbnb hosts on average make around $20,000 a year on a 2-bedroom apartment or a house. That's definitely a nice way to take a big chunk out of your mortgage or your rent. And for the real entrepreneurs, you don't even need to own the house. You can rent a house and then be a host on Airbnb. You'll just need to make sure the numbers are right, and you definitely have to do your due diligence on a place. Selling products online is a good way to make some money while drastically reducing your risk. There's relatively little overhead compared to opening a brick-and-mortar store. There are obviously still some initial investments, but that number is minuscule compared to a brick-and-mortar store. When you don't have the hassle of leasing space or paying electric bills, you can focus the majority of your efforts on marketing your product. And why have inventory? Get into your online business with an ultra-low overhead with dropshipping. All this will help you minimize your exposure while you're learning your new business. There are many different online platforms that allow you to set up an e-store. Amazon and eBay are the obvious ones, and for those, you can actually just sell some of your old stuff without setting up a store. But if you're serious about getting into e-commerce, then there's also Shopify, Volusion, Magento, and BigCommerce, all of which are reputable. This is a great way to have some side income, and maybe eventually you'll even be your main income. Obviously, you need to have a good business plan in place, and of course, have something worth selling. Did you know how big of an industry podcasting is? Like many things on this list, it's competing with a more traditional market, such as commercial radio in this case. Podcasting is a great way to share your thoughts and connect with an audience. All you really need to get started is a decent microphone and a computer. Those who make money through their podcasts do so by growing their audience and selling ads during their show. You can start with little to no technical skills when you first start up, and as your audience grows, you can outsource some of the more technical aspects you can't handle to a third party as necessary when you need to improve the quality of your podcast. There are great podcast networks such as Podbean and SoundCloud, so check those out if you're interested in sharing your thoughts. The only setback with the podcast is that it can take a while to grow an audience, and the growth a lot of times isn't linear. But once you've made a name for yourself, and you have an army of supporters that believe in your work, then that passive income can keep rolling in. This is actually a really fun way to make some extra cash. Do you like to do a lot of shopping on the weekends? Or do you get dragged out shopping by your girl? You might as well take advantage of the times you're out by looking for items with below market prices. If you have a good eye for what's an undervalued item at discount and outlet stores such as Ross or Marshall's, or even high-end department stores such as Neiman Marcus who's just having a great sale, then you should definitely consider flipping those undervalued items. If you hate taking pictures and making listings on auction sites, consider outsourcing that part of the equation to someone on Fiverr, or maybe even your little brother or little sister to teach them a bit about entrepreneurship. This is probably the fastest way to make money. All you need to do is set up a payment account such as PayPal or Venmo, perform the service, and boom, you got money. There are people out there making money writing blog posts, editing videos, and almost just about anything that can be done over the internet. There's a decent chance you'll find a service that's interesting to you and that you're good at too. Have skills to design a website? Or perhaps you're a good video editor. You can create a profile on a site such as Upwork to market your services and get paid pretty good money. Maybe you don't have a specific skill set, or you're just extremely creative at what kind of service you can do online. Go on Fiverr and give that a shot. All you do is make a profile offering whatever service your imagination can cook up. But you can also do more traditional services such as copywriting or voiceovers. Or maybe you're more of the type who likes to make money physically moving around to keep active? For sure, check out Postmates, which is a delivery service for people who don't have time or are just too lazy to go out in the real world to pick up whatever it is they need. People make a living all over the world performing services for others online. It's quick to set up, it's done on your own time, and you can work from wherever you want. Maybe you're one of the ones that's thinking about some serious money because you want the newest Lambo or Ferrari. Well, learn the skills to develop an app. Just to give you an idea, 17-year-old Nick D'Aloisio developed an app called Sumly, which is a news aggregator that gathers the best bits of news from around the web. He sold his app to Yahoo for roughly $22 million in 2013. Nick is one of many entrepreneurs who thought of a cool app, found a way to develop it, and then cashed in big time. But it should come as no surprise to you that this is way easier said than done. Apps can be expensive and complicated to develop, and it definitely requires expertise, a lot of which can be outsourced to developers, programmers, and IT gurus if you have the cash. However, if there's a will, there's a way. If you have a good idea for an app, you should look into it. Apps such as SoundHound are basically money-making machines. SoundHound nets around $10 million each year. Developing an app with the success of SoundHound will be a home run, but hey, it's okay to hit a single as well. The point is, don't be afraid to try. One of the common themes from this list is the ability to set your own schedule. Becoming an Uber or Lyft driver gives you the ultimate flexibility of setting your own schedule. Work as little or as much as you feel like. Several estimates out there suggest that Uber drivers make anywhere between $20 to $40 an hour depending on where you live. Of course, you still have to consider expenses such as fuel, insurance, and the overall maintenance of the car. While you may not become rich overnight using this method, it's still one of the most popular ways to supplement your income or make ends meet if you're between jobs. The big selling point, of course, is the flexibility, the money, and the comfort to drive around in your own car. Check out these next videos